Hi friends, Dr. Ben, not a real doctor here. Today we're going to talk about my personal favorite kettlebell exercise, the windmill. So we're going to be using a kettlebell here. You don't actually have to have a kettlebell. You can use all kinds of different things. I'm going to demo with a kettlebell. Get creative, have fun with it, do you. I'm doing this outside. One of the downsides to doing this outside is you're going to spend a fair bit of time looking up. So pay attention to where the sun is. I'm probably going to go slightly blind doing this, but that's all right. Let's get into this. So kettlebell windmill is a great way to get a whole bunch of strength and mobility work done in one single movement. You're going to start with a fairly narrow stance, about hip width, maybe a little bit wider, no wider than really shoulder width. Okay, and to get in position, you're going to have your feet off basically to like a 45-degree angle. All right, we're going to get the bell up. You have two options here. You can pretty much either clean it to your shoulder and then press it up, or you can push press it up, or you can just take it all the way up and snatch to the top. All right, so kettlebell up, set your feet. Now, what you're actually going to do is you're not bending laterally, you're really bending forward, okay? And you want to look up, keep your eyes on the kettlebell. That's going to help maintain your balance. And you're going to have to open your chest as you bend, as you hinge forward. So we're looking at a hip hinge, but we're also looking at spinal rotation, which is really one of the fun things about this exercise. It's going to work on shoulder mobility because you're stabilizing through a fairly large range of motion. And the other thing you're doing is you're really working these muscles down here in your lower back and in your lateral, your obliques, your quadratus lumborum, all that sort of stuff that tends to be sticky and tight, and it's a good way to kind of release them. So we're going to demo here. Feet to 45, look up at the bell, hinge forward. As you hinge forward, you're going to shift your weight back to that back foot. If you need to, for mobility, you can bend this lead leg, hinge down until you're pretty much parallel, and then back up. One more time. All right, if you want some added effort, you can pause there at the bottom. That'll eliminate that stretch reflex, make it a little bit harder to get out of the bottom. Work on lengthening those muscles, building strength at the end of your range of motion. So other side here. Feet to 45. Again, fairly narrow stance. You'll see I'm a little less mobile in this direction. I'll have to bend my knee. Maybe not quite as deep as the other side. It's okay. It's okay. So, weight shifts back, hip hinge forward, chest opens, pause, back to the top. Again. Back to the top. There you go, that is a kettlebell windmill. So we're going to talk reps and sets on this. I'm kind of doing a 30 days of windmill thing, and I'm varying between always 5 sets, varying between like 5 to 8 reps with a lighter weight and 1 to 5 reps with a heavier weight. So kettlebells, if you're familiar with the traditional way kettlebells work, they're big jumps, right? It goes like 32 pounds or 35 pounds to 53 pounds, 54 pounds, all the way up to 72 pounds. So they're pretty big jumps, about, if I'm remembering right, 16, 18 pounds, something like that per jump. And there's a reason for that, is because the big jumps, you're building your strength, you're forcing your body into a bigger shock change. They've got much smaller steps now if you want to do it in a more traditional weight training increments rather than the way they do it in traditional kettlebell training. But really, you can do pretty good with just one kettlebell on this exercise. Little cheat snatch. All right, so we'll say, 5 sets, 5 to 8 reps. It's going to work on a little bit more of your endurance. When you start getting below 5 reps, that's when you're going to start to work more on your strength. So if you grab a heavier bell, for example, this is going to look a little different. Hold on, let me switch out, I'll show you. All right, so here we got, I think it's 54 pound kettlebell. Same difference. Feet off to 45, look up at the bell, hinge, A little bit slower, a little less stable. Down to a good position. Back up to the top. Right? So, there's all kinds of ways to use this exercise. Like I said earlier, I really like it for opening up your side, stabilizing the shoulders. But give this one a try. See what you think. Really appreciate you guys watching these. Remember, key points: feet to 45, hinging forward with spine rotation. So don't think bend straight laterally. You're bending more forward in front of your leg with spine rotation. Take your time. Don't force the range of motion. It'll come with time. The more you do it, the easier this will get, like everything else. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, smash that thumbs up button. Share the video with your friends if you know someone who can benefit from it. Also, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Till next time, keep your life in motion.